Okay. Hi, y'all. Good morning. It is Mary Jo from MaryjoesCreations. Welcome or welcome back to my channel and the insanity and hot mess that I am. Because this is the Hot Mess Express. I am just a blazing hot mess because I just realized this morning that Friday is not the end of the month. I kept saying Friday, Friday, and y'all must have thought I was losing my mind. Like, why is she saying Friday? I honestly thought that Friday was the 28th. Why? No idea. Absolutely none. Look at a calendar every day. I I have my planner and I don't know. I don't know what my brain was thinking. I don't know what is going on, but I only realized that it was the 27th Friday today because I was looking on my news feed on my phone, and I'm very much excited for the new Scream 7 because that is my all-time favorite movie since I was a teenager. When it came out, I was still a teenager, right? I think so. I don't know. But if I was, I don't remember what year it came out. But I was either still a teenager or I had just, like, entered my 20s. And that movie was, like, my all-time favorite. I think I was a teenager, though. Anyway, again, my ADHD is so out of control these last few days. I don't know what to do. And I know I'm not the only one because other creators that I watch, they apparently have the same problem. So I'm glad that I'm not alone. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I don't know if I said that already, but I'm saying it now. Welcome to the insanity that is me. I'm just a hot mess, guys. And if you're not new and you came back, thank you. There might be something wrong with you too, though. So either you understand me, which is wow, or you just, find me, funny, and that's okay too. Um, I just finished filming my outro for yesterday because last night, anyway, so today the goal is to do stuff, right? Because although thank God, like I thought I was going to have only Friday, and today's already Tuesday for me, right? So I'm like, I still have to put sleeves and the border on one of the cardigans, sleeves, a hoodie, and a border on the other cardigan, and do all these squares. And my panel sweater, I barely touched it, right? So there's a lot of work to do, and I think I bit off more than I could chew. Now, last night when I was doing these, I need to look at these squares because I swear to God, I don't know what's going on with me. Why I only thought there were, I did the pink on these, right? And why did I think that there were, did I miss a color? Okay, so that's white and that's white. Let's see the ones that I put the pink around, because I only put the pink around 5 because that's all for some reason that I saw, and apparently I thought I had 7 colors. I am slowly losing my mind. Now clearly it would only be 6 because that one does not count. Clearly it would only be 6 because this one wouldn't count. I wasn't going to put more pink around this one, right? That's just nutty. So I don't know what is going on with me. Why did I think I had 7 colors? Let's see. Was I crazy? Well, maybe. Because it was 5 and 7 down, right? Those are different colors. The pinks are so similar. Okay, so the pinks are so similar that I missed one. But I did put it around here instead of around this. Now, okay. See, some of these pinks are so close in color that I missed one. Because I thought this was the same color, and on camera, clearly it is not. But when you see them, like, in the basket, they kind of look like the same color. And that was my bad. That was really my bad. Now, what I don't know is if, yeah, okay, all right. So that was the mistake I made, but actually, I did and I didn't. I still used this color, but instead of putting it around one of these, I put it around the white. And you know what? I'm going to leave it that way. I'm just going to leave it that way. I am going to look in my craft room to see if I have any more of this pink, which I don't think I do. Not even in scraps. I don't think I do. But we are going to leave it. Just leave it. And I think I am going to work on some squares today. We're just going to put these back in there. That doesn't go there. You know what? It doesn't even matter. As long as when I put them on, I don't use the same, it doesn't matter. I'm throwing them all back in the basket. Whatever I grab is what I grab. Whatever colors I put is what I put. And I will do it until I get 9 rounds, which is what I'm doing. I'm making 9 round squares. And then I am going to do the join as you go method. And with that, it will give me the 10th round. And that should be enough to cover my queen size bed. Now, I don't know. Honestly, like, all joking aside, I really don't know what I'm going to start working on. Right now, hold on. Okay. Right now, as I figure that out, I'm going to start editing the next video. The one I filmed on Monday, which I don't know. I have videos in the queue already that I have to just edit and put up. I'm trying to get the hang of this. The more I go, the easier it's getting. So we're going to work on that. And I do have, like, I want to clean this up a little bit. I'm not going to clean up I was going to clean up my room, but I'm not going to do that right now because it is still freezing in there. We did just have a snowstorm. I have a bunch of scrap yarn everywhere. I gotta find which pieces are big enough that I can use for, I do keep some of these because what I do is, if I need to sew buttons on or something like that, I like to use yarn if I can. If I have a matching color, I like to use yarn. That's just my personal preference. Because it makes it look, I don't know, a little more cohesive, but also a little more handmade. I like things that look handmade and don't look handmade, if that makes sense. So they look professionally made, but they have those homemade, handmade touches, like using yarn for the buttons and other things. I'm half crazy, so don't listen. Like, do what you will. But I do have longer pieces. Like these, I can probably do somewhat of a center with them. I don't know. We are going to save some of these bigger pieces for the scrap pile. And I do have a little pile going. And I want to go through that, just not right now. I don't know. My mind is like racing. There's so many things that I want to get done, so many things that I have to get done. And at some point, I'm going to need to take a break. Like, seriously. At some point, I'm going to have to say, you need to take a break and kind of relax and just crochet without filming or worrying about filming. And number 2, there's stuff around the house that I need to get done. Now, when I clean my room, I will be filming that so y'all can see my room and the disaster that is, because it is a disaster right now. But it's just way too cold to be in there right now. I was hoping that it would start to warm up because we had a few days last week that were like 40 degrees. Yeah. They're saying we're getting more snow on Thursday. Okay? Like we needed more snow. We just got rid of the snow the day before it snowed because it rained and it washed away almost all of the snow. There were a few little piles on the street, but for the most part, it was all gone. It was I think I saw grass in my backyard one day. 2 days maybe. When it rained and it washed it all out. And I finally saw green grass. And then that lasted for about a day. And then it snowed again. So now we have about 2 feet of snow in my backyard again. Awesome. And now it's supposed to snow again on Thursday, they say. Who knows? Because first they said Wednesday and Thursday. Then they said Wednesday. Now they say Thursday. Who knows what's going to happen? But if we get more snow, so it's too cold in there. And I don't want to be in there. Because the cold messes with my fibromyalgia. And it really does. Especially when it's that cold. And I'm not talking about cold like, 40 degrees, 50 degrees. I'm talking about like it being 14 degrees. Okay? That like messes with my fibromyalgia. And it's just too much. So as soon as I can get in that room to clean it, because I want to start filming in there again. And I need to film some things in there. And I like my pretty wall in the back, which now is not so pretty because I've been taking yarn off. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to stop yapping because I have things to do and I have to figure it out. So I'm going to do something. Yo, I can't. It's like the words just fall out of my head. I can't. It's driving me crazy. I am going to go, upload the footage, because I can't film and do that because I do everything off of my phone. So I'm sorry, but I have to let you go. And when I figure out what it is that I'm doing, I'll let you know. See you in just a sec. Hi, guys. Yesterday I did not film anymore yesterday. Yesterday I was working on the hood of the cardigan. And let me tell you, that was a lot of trial and error. The first time I made it, it went up way too high and it was way too big. There was way too much fabric on my neck. The second time I did it, came out way too short. I must have frogged this thing like 5 times, trying to figure out exactly how to get it. And I finally got that this morning. I didn't film any of it because most of the time it was me frogging, and I didn't know if you wanted to see that, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. My yarn is still attached because I'm doing the border around it, but I want to show you, like, you see how now I can go over, even though my hair is in a bun, or, you know, whatever you want to call that, but in a clip, but at least now it goes over where I can put it up and it's good. Now, if my hair is down, then I'll have more fabric, and that's okay too. It's not going to be as big. Now, I do like it when it covers more, but that's going to come when I do this. Right? Now I'm doing the border and I'm covering up the edge. If you could see that, the raw edge. So now what I'm doing is going around it all the way down to the bottom. Let me take it off now so I can show you a little bit better. Okay, so now what I'm doing is, I got my table right here. I'm doing a half double crochet all the way around the border, if you can see that. And I'm going to go all the way down one end here, and then I'm going to go back around. I am not going to add that much more length to the bottom, and I am going to have to add quite a bit to the border of the front because I want it way thicker in the front. And in about, I don't know, probably when I go around it, when I get it the width, I think that's what it is, the width that I want it on the hood, then I'm going to just probably do, like, when I'm close to getting to the width that I want to do, what I most likely will do is, okay, let me gather all my thoughts. Here, you know what? Let's go to a different angle. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Much better, because now I'm sitting and it's a little bit easier because this stuff is heavy. Okay, so I want it a lot thicker in the front, right? And in order to do that, I got to build that up. I don't know how much I want to add to this thickness because I'll know when I get there. This is the first time I'm actually making the hood this way, where it's like before I do any border around it. And I want to see if I can get it right and figure it out, because this is how I want to do my hoods from now on. Now, I think I got the shaping good. I think I got it right. Now, I went up this way, and I'm also going to measure it instead of just writing the stitch count down, which I have to do. And because if I want to use different stitches, I'll know how far. And then I'll know how far to go up. See, because I want to measure it from here to here, which is the solid rows. And then I want to measure from here to up here, which is the decrease. Now, I think I could do the decrease a little bit better where it's more rounded, but I actually like this, the way it's coming out. I like the curve. Now, I was going, if you see on the outside, I did attach it to where the ribbing is here, right? Not ribbing, whatever you call this. Words escape me. That's not new. This edge here, this is where I connected the squares, right? And on this particular piece, I wanted it on the outside. I also did it on the outside here. And I did that way on the hood too, but I did not like the way it looked because then I kind of, sorry, it kind of looked like a mohawk and I did not like that. So I did stitch it on the inside so that the raised edge is on the inside. And I think that made it look a lot cleaner. Again, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this way, especially like with the shaping, because normally I would get that point, and although it's not bad, it's not what I wanted for the most part. On certain things, I don't care. On others, I want that rounded edge. And for the most part, I want it to look like this. Now, I'm going to try and do it a little bit better so it does look a little more rounded. And when I play with it a little bit, it does get that more rounded shape. Maybe I needed to do another decrease here, but I am not taking this hood apart anymore. I can't. Maybe I needed to start my decrease. I can't. This is really good for me. I like it. I like the way it looks. What I'm going to do is, like I said, once it's done, I'm going to take the measurements so that I know, like, you know, where, and then the next one we'll play around with how it is formed. But I do like the way it looks. It's just a little pointy right here, and I don't know why. Maybe I needed to start it a little bit differently. I don't know. But anyway, I like the way it looks. Now we're going to work on the edge here. And my plan is this. I think maybe about 4 rounds of half double crochets is going to give me the width that I want. If it's still not the right width over here, then what I'm going to do is to build up on the sides and not on the top. I'm going to do half doubles on the sides and just go single crochet on the top. And then when I get to the point where I want to make it wider, I'm going to do the shaping that way. And I'm not going to do anything to the bottom until the very end. And then we'll finish off the bottom. Most likely it'll probably be like, I might do 1 round of half double crochet and then do a round of single crochet. I don't know yet how I'm going to finish that. But before I do the sleeves, I want to finish the border of it and make sure that it's all done. So that way, I like to do my sleeves at the end because I'll see how it falls better. I don't know. I'm just weird. If y'all do that, let me know. Do you like doing like the sleeves first and then finishing it off? Or which way do you like to do it? I like to do it that way. So what I'm going to do now is work on this. I have a doctor's appointment. It kept getting changed because of the snow. So I have a doctor's appointment at, I think, 3:30, and it's right around the corner from my house. So I don't have to leave that early, but I have about, I think, like an hour and a half, give or take. Probably less. It's about to be 2 o'clock. So I have about an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes or something like that before I have to leave. But I'm going to say safely an hour because I do have to get, ready to go. I'm going to work on this for about an hour and see how far I get. Now, the first time that I go around is always the trickiest because you're going around this raw edge. And if it was the right width, I probably would have left it because I do like that raw edge. The way I do it now, because I do like stacked singles in the first, when I turn, instead of doing a chain 2. Some people do a chain 3. I do a chain 2. But I don't know. For some reason, I like it better this way. I think it looks a lot cleaner if you don't want to put a border or a trim around it. But it also makes it a lot easier to go around and trim because there are clear places to put it. Like if you're doing a single like on a single crochet. So I do like it a lot better when I have to put a border or a trim or whatever you want to do to it. And that always really, what the hell is going on with me? I can't speak. It requires a lot of attention. Now, I only have this much left to go right here, and then it already starts in the single crochets, and that is a lot easier. That doesn't require so much tension. This one does, because I have to make sure I go into the right place, or else, it's going to look funny. It might either look too wide. It might either have too many stitches, or it might sink in because I skipped one, and, it'll change the outlook of the project for me anyway. I can only, when I give you an opinion or something, when I say something, it's really my opinion, right? Because everyone has a different technique, a different style, a different way they like to do things, personal preference. So I'm just giving you my opinion. It doesn't mean that it's, wrong or right. It's just the way that I do it. And the way I do things is a lot different than the way other people that I've seen do it. So I'm just trying to give you a different way if the way that most people do it doesn't work for you, because the way most people do things just does not work for me. And this is what makes my work look the way that I feel is, what's the word I'm looking for? Professional, I guess. Cleaner. I've had people ask me my stuff, like where I got it, and they think that I bought it at a store or bought it from someone. And that's what I always look for. And it's also fun to tell people that I make stuff and they're like, what? Because of the way that it looks. So I'm very, particular, I guess, about the way I do things, because I do want it to look, I want it to look handmade, and at the same time, I want it to have that, you know, question of like, is that store bought? Like, is that like from, you know, what I mean? Um, Sometimes it's very hard for me to explain things, so I apologize. That's just my life. Sometimes it's very hard for me to put certain things into words. What am I doing here? I don't know. Is that right? No. See, oh, here, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Sometimes I have to find the right place, because then you see there, can you see where there's like, maybe on this side, there's a little gap. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Either a gap, or when it looks like it's too many stitches in the edging. So it's a fine balance of trying to figure out where to put the hook so that it looks consistent and the stitches look uniformed. And that always requires a little more attention. So I'm going to go finish this, and I'm going to look here. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think that looks good. And I'm almost done. I'm on my last few stitches. And then I'm going to go all the way down. And also another thing is, I do like to put it in between the stitches and not just in the space, because then it does leave a lot. Number one, it leaves a lot more space, and number two, it I don't know, feels, why is it not working? See, it's always the last stitch that gets you. It just doesn't want to work for me. Come on, there we go. I always like to get those 2 loops, because number one, and of course it would. Of course it would. When I finally got it in there, the loop on my hook was way too loose. And I didn't do it half double crochet. Okay. Let me go finish this, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I finally got that, and I'm already into the single crochets that I did around the edge of all the squares, right? Now, if you look at it, it does look a little wonky, but once I think I added an extra stitch in here, but that's okay. 1 or 2 isn't really a big deal. It's not like I need a stitch count for this, for it to be even, so that's okay. Once I start going around again, it'll flatten it out and even it out. So I'm going to go work on this. And this video is going to actually be 2 days together, because I really didn't get a lot of footage yesterday. I was working on this hood, and I didn't finish anything. You know what I mean? Like, I did not finish anything, except for the hood. But I think I only got like one clip, I only filmed, I think, 1 time. So this is going to be 2 days. And hopefully by today, I will have at least 1 finished item. Now, today is Wednesday. And what I'm going to go do right now is work on this and edit my video that I have that I wanted to put up today. So I'm going to go work on that. And if I can get that video done today and then get it up for you, and I have one more video that I already filmed, and if I could get that up to you, then this video will come out on Friday. And hopefully in this video, I can have at least 2 finished projects. I'm hoping, because that other cardigan, the purple one, all it needs is the border and the sleeves. That's it, because I'm not doing a hood on that one. That one is just going to be the cardigan. And I don't even know if I'm putting buttons on that one, because I'm kind of liking it the way it is. I'm not sure. We're going to figure that out once I start working on it. That's probably going to be... I don't normally like to take big whips with me when I go places, especially like to the doctor's office. Or, you know, if I'm just in the car, that's fine. But, or if like I go to my friend's house, I'll always take a big whip. If I'm working on one. But if I'm going to, you know, places where, you know, like the doctor's office or something like that, I normally like to take just smaller whips. Either whips that I'm just starting, or like, you know, hats or ear warmers, something that's small. But I think I'm actually going to take my cardigan to the doctor's office. Shouldn't be a long visit, but you never know. And that way, I'm only working with one skein of yarn, which is going to be the gray. And I can get, I think, quite a bit done on that cardigan, or at least the edging, the single crochet around the edge of it, because it is like the way you saw the hood. And I want to get that done. And hopefully, by the time I leave to go to the doctor, the border on this will be completed. And all I'll have to do when I come back is the sleeves. And the sleeves, I don't think are going to take me very long, because I do have down a way that I do the sleeves, right? I finally got it down to the way that, let me see, hold on. I like to do it the same on both corners so that they come out the same. And I started this one, okay. All right. All right. So we have to go in here, and we could take out this start. That's why the stitch marker was there. I was just checking. And we're going to put one in here. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to go back down. And again, I think that within an hour, which is really what I have, because then, like I said, I want to get ready to go to the doctor. So I want to make sure that I have enough time. And so this will take me probably about an hour. I'm going to work on it for about an hour. But I think that in an hour, I can get this finished, where all I have to do now is the sleeves. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will get 2 finished projects. Hoping, maybe. And that's my goal, because then tomorrow I can work on, all I have to do is the other 2 projects, which is the squares and the other sweater that I'm working on. And I think I can get maybe both panels done tomorrow. And some squares. I don't know. But we're going to hopefully get both of these cardigans finished today. I would be so happy if I could do that. Oh my God. And maybe even work in some squares. Because if the best scenario for me would be to have both of these cardigans done by tonight and at least some squares finished, so that the only two things that I have to worry about is doing the panels and connecting all the squares. Now, again, I think I said it in the beginning of this video. I don't know. That was a long time ago. That was yesterday. We do have until Saturday. Because for some reason, I thought that, you know, the first was going to be on Saturday. I don't know why I thought that. So we do have until Saturday. So by Saturday, I would like to, you know, be doing just finishing one project, which will probably be the blanket, the border on the blanket, or attaching the squares on the blanket. Hopefully, I can get these two cardigans done by today, and the sweater completed by Friday. Maybe? I hope so. So I'm going to go work on this, and I will show you the progress before I leave. Okay, guys. I finished the border around it. I did a round of single crochet to finish it off. I know it's a little bit thicker. It's upside down. I know, I know it's a little thicker than I wanted. And honestly, I probably could have made the back panel a little bit bigger. I forgot in my last one, I did a join as you go, so it did make it a little bit bigger. Or what I could have done, which I did not think of until it was put together, I could have added some half squares. I could have added some half squares to make it a little bit wider. But that's okay. This is really, at this point, a learn-as-you-go process, and you're taking that journey with me. But I did do the hood. Now all I'm trying to figure out is if I want to leave it just like this, or if I want to put a light blue single crochet around the whole thing. Now, I didn't finish off the bottom. If I do the light blue, then I might do that and do the entire outline. But right now, if I leave it with just the blue, I did not finish off the end. I actually like it like that. Because this does have a round of single crochet, right? So it's fine. And the way I did it, it lines up perfectly. So, I just have to weave in the ends. Don't mind the ends. So now all I really have to do is the sleeves. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is just leave this the way it is and do the sleeves. And then if I decide that I want to do light blue, I'll do one round of single crochet around the entire outline. And that's it for right now. I also have to weave in all my ends. I am going to cut off this yarn. Oh, wait. You know what? I wanted to try it on first. And see how it looks before I tie it off and make sure it's good enough. But, actually, hold on. Okay, this is how it's looking. Let me see. Okay, so the hood, it fits nice and it is oversized. And I kind of like it like that. And I can always lean it back if I want or pull it up if I want. Now, the only thing is, do I want it? See, like if I would have added an extra border, an extra half a square, it would have been a little bit wider. Because the square in the back isn't as wide and these aren't as big. The only thing I'm doing is like, honestly, just creating different styles. Oh, but anyway, let me know what you think down in the bottom. I don't know. Now I'm thinking of whether or not I should do a little bit more. I mean, I can always like just put something, a clip or something right there in case I want it to close. But I don't want to put buttons on this. I don't want this to be like, something heavy. I want it to be something that's a little bit lighter. Now, it's going to look different too with the sleeves. So that's what I'm going to go do right now. And I think that maybe this, I don't know. I'm still perfecting it. I probably should have started the hood up here more instead of down here. But I will figure it out. I think I started the hood a little too low. The hood probably should have been started a little bit higher, but I don't know. I will figure it out. I do like the way it looks, though. But yeah, I'm thinking that maybe like, because I started the hood where I started the hood down here. And maybe I should have started the hood up here more. But I had never started a hood directly onto the piece without a border. So I honestly, that's what it is, right? Learning, trial and error, creating. That's what I'm trying to do this year and get everything sorted out. But I'm going to go put sleeves on this. It is rather late. I don't know how much I'm going to get done tonight. But I did, finish the border. Now, we have what? Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have 3 more days, right? I don't know how long this footage is, so I'm going to check. If it's not very long, then what we might do... Hold on. I don't know how much footage I have, so I'm going to see. And if it's not very long, then what I might do is carry this into tomorrow. I'm not sure. And then have 3 days in one video. But we're going to see what else we can get done tonight. Honestly, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's only 9:40. Okay, so I do need to take a break. But I think that's what I might do. Like I said, I'm going to see... I'm going to see if I end this video here, or if I carry it over to tomorrow and you get 3 days in one video. I'm still figuring all of this out, so please bear with me. But we'll see what happens. And either way, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay. Hi, guys. Yesterday, it is Friday. Full disclosure, it is Friday. Yesterday, I did not do a lot of filming. I did do work, but I didn't do a lot of filming. I did film. I'm going to see if I can get it up. The lighting was really weird in the room, and I did a video yesterday cleaning up the craft room just a little bit, like organizing it. But the lighting is really wonky on it, and, you know, I don't have a tripod. I'm going to try and clean it up as best as I can and see if I can put that video out. But yesterday, I spent most of my day editing, and I filmed that. And I really didn't, you know, film much. But I did get a lot of progress done. So, I don't know if I showed you that, but I'll show you that when I go to work on the sleeves. The blue cardigan is completely, the border is completely done. The only thing that blue cardigan needs is sleeves. Yay, me. Okay, now, this one. That one was a lot harder, but this one, I put the collar on it. I did the border all the way around. I did the bottom edging all the way around. And I finished one sleeve right here. And now on this one, you know how like I normally do the single crochet around the top, around the whole border of the cardigan. I did not do that with this one. And I didn't do that with that one either, funnily enough. I don't know. I tried to do it on this one, on the border, but like this is the way it looks, right? No, it's upside down. No, it's not. Yo, I think I'm going crazy. Okay, here we go. So, this is the edge around it. And then the bottom is like that. No, wait. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm going crazy. Here we go. Okay. It is like this. All right. So, this is the collar or the trim around the top. And you see that? I did a little shaping right here. And then the bottom is like this. Now, all it is 4 rows of half double crochets all the way around. And this one too. And the way I did it was I did the bottom first, right? I went around the bottom first and made it as long as I wanted to make it. And then I started the trim going up alongside it. So it looks like that. Can you see it? And the plan at first was to do a single crochet all the way around it. But I decided against it because I really do like the way it looks. My ends are my edges are very straight. You see that? That's my edge. Maybe you could see it better this way. That's my edge. And, you know, that's the bottom. And then I started working this way. So my edge is very clean. And I just thought it looked so pretty that I decided not to put a single crochet around the whole thing. And to keep it consistent, I did the same thing with the sleeve. So I did the sleeve in the granny stitch. And then when I thought it was long enough and I started the decreasing, I did the decreasing in half doubles. And I decreased it. Now, if you know, I do that in all of my sleeves. I decrease till I get to 25 stitches because I have such small wrists. So I decreased to 25 stitches. And then when I got, that was 4 rounds that I decreased. And then when I got to the cuff, I did 4 rows of half double crochet in the 25 stitches, just all the way up. And that's what it looks like. And it looks so pretty. I did not do the single crochet on here either because I wanted it to match the trim and the bottom. So now I am working on my second sleeve. And I need to do 18 rounds of the granny stitch and then do 4 rounds of decrease in 4 rounds for the cuff. And this works up very quickly. I do not do any wow, words hard. I do not do decreases in the granny stitch. It does, the more I go around, it does tend to tighten just a little bit. And you could see here, that's why I said I don't do decreases with the granny stitch. But if you see how it like curves a little bit, because as I go around, it tightens just a little bit. And maybe you could see it more in this one. And then it evens off, right? But if you see, it does like tend to curve just a little bit the more you go down. And it does stay kind of consistent. But if you notice, I'll fold it this way. You see how it does like shrink in a little bit? Can you see that? And then when you do the cuff, it brings it in. And I just think it looks so pretty. I can't wait to finish the second sleeve, which I've been crocheting for a little bit. I just didn't film because I did have a bit of a headache I think my allergies, along with everything else, is flaring up. So, and I also had like a doctor's appointment, and it doesn't matter. I had a busy morning, so I was able to get this much done in like what, maybe half an hour. In all fairness, I finished the cuff this morning, so I think I had like 2 more rounds of decrease and the cuff, or 3 rounds of decrease and the cuff. And I finished this morning, and I was able to do these 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, or almost. I'm almost done. Right now. And I am going to finish this round here. But I do need to take a little bit of a break. And there aren't many. This video is going to be a few days. I don't have a lot of clips for this video because, you know, when I did the hood, I really did not do any filming of the hood because there was just so much trial and error. I frogged a lot back a lot of times, and I just didn't film it. Also, I realized that I did the hood down a little too low. I should have gone up more, started the hood up closer to the neck, and I think I started it down here. So I have to write that down in my notes to make sure that I don't do that the next time. But it took me a little while to figure out the hood, so I didn't film that. And the border, I don't think I filmed much of that either. To be quite honest, I don't remember much of what I filmed. Like I said, it's been a few days. Yesterday, I did spend a lot of my day editing. And, you know, I filmed me cleaning my room. And then I spent the day editing as well. And it was just a busy day. So I didn't film any crocheting yesterday. But again, I did do the sleeve. I don't think I filmed yesterday. I have to check. But anyway, the point is, I don't know how much I have filmed and how long this video is going to be. I'm hoping that, well, this video will come out on Monday, right? I think. So I'm hoping that I can film all of today, just show you the progress as I go, and have that in one solid video for Monday. Or if I can get this freaking video set up, what am I? Wow, seriously, my fibromyalgia, the fibrofog, and the ADHD are so out of control right now that I honestly, all jokes aside, I can't, like, concentrate. It feels like words just fall out of my head. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't know how much I filmed. I don't know how much footage I have for this video. So we're going to combine a few days together. And if I can clean up that video of me cleaning my room better, then that will go up on Monday. If not, then you know that I couldn't save the video. But I'm hoping that that video will be good and you'll get that one on Monday. I didn't post yesterday because, again, I was busy editing. And I wanted to finish editing that video and have that. I spent my morning editing today's video, and then I wanted to edit that video to put it up yesterday, but that didn't happen. So maybe I might give you that video tomorrow. I don't know, which would be Saturday in your world. I don't know. But the point is that I think that we can finish this challenge in 2 videos. So today will be the last day that I film footage for this video. And then tomorrow, which is the last day of the challenge, I will, keep you updated on everything I'm doing. Hopefully by the end of this video, both cardigans will be finished. And all I have to worry about is the panels and the squares. Now, trying to be realistic, I don't think I will have all 4 projects finished by tomorrow. I believe that I know I will have both cardigans done. And I think we can get the panels for the sweater done. I think the blanket is going to be the one that does not get done in the challenge. But maybe we can have squares done. I don't know. It all depends on what I work on tonight, right? Now, it is kind of early still. I think it's only 1 o'clock. And these sleeves do work up kind of quickly because they're granny stitch, right? So they work up rather quickly. I think that and I know exactly how the sleeve, how many rounds I have to do for the sleeve so I can just keep going without taking a break. By that I mean like I can keep going and know how many I have to do, right? So I know I have to do 18 rounds. So I can just keep going and do 18 rounds and not have to stop and say, is this long enough? Is this long enough? And, try it on. So it'll be a quicker process than yesterday. And on the other cardigan, they're also granny stitch sleeves. So those aren't going to take much time either. So I'm hoping that, like I said, both cardigans will be finished by tonight. And if everything goes okay and I feel okay, then I think I might be able to get that back panel done by tonight too. That might be wishful thinking, but who knows? Hopefully, like I said, I will have the back panel done and probably start on my front panel. And if that's right, then tomorrow, all I would have to do is finish one panel and seam it together and add the sleeves, which will take a little bit longer, I think, than these because it's in double crochets, but they won't take me long either. So I'm hoping that we can have 3 out of the 4 projects done by tomorrow. And, if I can get all the squares finished, that would be a plus. But who knows? I am going to finish this round here. And see, like talking to you, I finished that round. And I'm almost done finishing this round. And then I am going to take a little bit of a break and grab something to eat, because I haven't eaten yet all day. And my leg is starting to feel numb. So, and then when we come back, or when I finish, I'm going to keep working on the sleeve. And I will let you know what my progress is. I'll check in, hopefully I can get it all done within an hour, hour and a half. I think I could, maybe, possibly, which would be great, because if I can get those other sleeves started by, like, I don't know what, 4 o'clock the latest, I should definitely be able to finish those sleeves by tonight. And at the end of this video, hopefully we can have 2 finished cardigans. And also, because there's not that many clusters, it's I think only 17. They get done very fast. So, I'm just putting my stitch markers because I'm going to put this down. And you see how, like, it was curving in, but now it's like, it's tighter. And it curves in a little bit, but not a lot where you see a noticeable difference. And then it's just going to do that all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. I got 6 rounds done. Now I only need 12 more. And that should not take me very long. And then the cuff is relatively quick because the first 4 rounds I'm decreasing. And by the time I do the last 4 rounds, it's only 25 stitches. So I am going to take a break. This is what it's looking like so far. And then all I have to do is weave in some ends, but it's not a lot, I weaved in most of them. I think the only ends that are left to weave in are where I attached the yarn for the sleeves and the sleeve. So I think we're only going to have 4 ends to weave in because I weaved in all my other ends. I like to do it as I go. So, like, it just makes it easier for me to just do it as I go. And like I said, I have this one. Oh, and I have this one. This one here, which is from when I finished it. And the cuff here. So 5 ends to weave in. And this will be done. And then I gotta see, like, I would like to steam this, but I don't have a steamer. I gotta see if, I think my best friend might have a steamer. I will ask her, and if she does, I have to go to her house tomorrow anyway, which I will be taking my projects with me, and she knows that. I will probably take the cardigans and try to steam them. If I like the way, it's the first time, and I gotta be careful, because I've heard horror stories about people melting their projects. I don't want to do that. So I am going to see if she does have a steamer, and if she does, I will take both the cardigans, and I will take pictures of me before and after. But I'm going to take a break right now, and I'll see you in a few.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your fucking cloud, it be raining out. I keep making sound, go another round. Bitch, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. I slow burn like a disease. Just tell me what I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
Hey guys, it is Saturday, the 28th. I yesterday didn't get a lot of crocheting done. I did finish the sleeves for the cardigan. I did weave in all the ends. I was at my friend's house, but I didn't get a chance to steam it yesterday. However, I did get a chance to steam it today because I went back to her house and I steamed, what am I doing? I don't know. I steamed that one, and I also, I shouldn't have steamed the sleeves though, because they did get a little bit longer, and you know I normally make my sleeves the way I want them, so I should have just left it alone. But that's okay. Being a little bit longer is not a problem. It is a lot flowier now. I was a little bit scared that I was going to mess it up, but I didn't, and it came out really good. I like the way it looks. I did, I wasn't going to steam this one because I'm like, I don't have the sleeves on this, so I wasn't going to steam it. But then when I did that one, and I noticed that I shouldn't have steamed the sleeves because they did stretch a little bit more than, you know, I mean, again, they're fine because I love long sleeves, and it is a little bit more flowy. Not as bulky as it felt when I first finished it. But I'm okay with it. It's okay. And I wasn't going to do this one because the sleeves weren't on it. But when I saw that, I said, you know what? I'm going to steam this one right now while I'm here and there's a steamer. And I steamed the hood, relaxed quite a bit, which is great because it did feel a little stiff to me, and now it doesn't. Now it feels flowy, and I do love it. I didn't do it for a very long time. I didn't, like, overdo it. But I do like the way that it came out. So now I'm working on the sleeves on this one. I didn't get to do much yesterday. I did start one of the sleeves yesterday. And last night when I got home, I was so tired, I did not do much of anything. But today, I want to see if I could finish the sleeve. And then, at least I have one full sleeve. I am a little disappointed that I did do a little bit, I think like a row or two, not even, no, I didn't even think I got to a row. On my cardigan, no, on the panel for the sweater. But, I don't know. I'm really, proud of myself that I did get that big cardigan done, and I got this one will be done by the end of the night, because again, it's just the sleeves, and I should be able to get them done. I think it's like 7 o'clock or close to 7 o'clock. So I still have a lot of time. I just got home a little while ago. And I did get some more. What I did last night was do some of these. And I will show you. I tried to work on the cardigan, on this cardigan. I just wasn't feeling very well. And so I did some squares and was able to put hot pink on 4 squares. And again, I have no idea what I'm going to get done tonight. Unfortunately, life happens, and I was not able to get as much crochet done as I wanted yesterday or today. That was very, that was a little upsetting. But such is life, right? Life sucks sometimes, and sometimes you gotta do shit that you need to do. And you can't do what you want to do. But anyway, I got home very late last night. And I was very tired. We did a lot of walking yesterday. And, I just... And then today, this morning, I went to the doctor's office to get my blood results. And, it was just a lot. So I was able to do like 2 or 3 rounds on this morning. This afternoon when I was at my friend's house. I did have a few clips. If I remember, I will put them in after this, but they might be in before. I don't know. Whatever order it is in, that's the order that it's going. But anyway, I am about almost halfway there. I think I'm going to do the same amount of rounds on this one as I did in the last one. So the last one on the sleeves, I did 18. I think 18 will be good for this one, but I will know once I try it on, right? And see where the sleeve falls. Because then we are also going to do the cuff. And right now, I think I'm on round, I don't know, is it 7 or 8, something like that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm almost done with round 7. So, I'm going to work on this. And I don't know if you noticed, but I believe the clip is going to go in before this. I am wearing the new cardigan in that clip. And let me tell you, after I steamed it, it just relaxed, and it looks so nice, and it feels so nice. And it was a little stiff, but now not so much. So I'm going to go work on this, and I'll catch up with you in just a little bit. Okay, guys. It is still Saturday, but it is very late. And I am very tired. And I finished one sleeve. So, I was able to finish one full cardigan and almost two. Literally, all I have to do is put the second sleeve on this and this is done. But honestly, I don't know if I'm going to get it done tonight. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I need to take a break. But I think I have, like, the sleeve took me about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours. I honestly don't know, because I didn't do it all straight. So I stopped and I started and I stopped and I started. This is what the sleeve looks like. And honestly, I was going to do the sleeve like, you know, a chunk of this blue, then a chunk of white, and then, you know, like the way the squares were done. And I was so tired that it's all in one color. And I only really thought about it when I was already like right before I started the decreasing and the cuff. I just did it the way I normally do it. I like it this way. I don't know. But anyway, it's literally all it needs is one more sleeve. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can, but I think that's going to be it. I don't know. We'll see. It is very late. And again, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go take something for my pain and see how I feel. And maybe start the sleeve. I don't know. But I did not complete my challenge. And tomorrow I will show you in the morning everything that I got done. And I'm a little sad and disappointed in myself. Although I am proud of myself because I did do a lot of work. And, you know, doing the hood took a lot of time to get the hood done, right? And all the squares, the border, you know, like everything just took a lot of time. And I mean, I'm proud that I got a lot done. I'm just sad that I wasn't able to get as much done as possible. And I don't know. But tomorrow morning, I will show you everything that I've done. If I decide to work any more on the sweater, I'll just show you what I did in the morning. Okay, guys? But I'm tired. I'm in pain. I'm going to go do something about my pain. And I'll see what I do from there. But I'll check in with you in the morning, and then we'll close this video out. And I honestly have no idea how long this video is. Because I've been taking clips here and there. Oh, so... And then tomorrow I will edit this video. But anyway, I'm going to go, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, hey guys. So the challenge is over, and it is actually the 1st of March. Today, I really did not do anything at all. I did put white on some of the squares, but that was about it. So I am going to show you what I did finish. I finished 2 projects out of the 4. These I finished, one I finished last night and one I finished on Friday. So, and the one that I finished on Friday was the purple one. The blue one is the one I finished yesterday. I've put the last sleeve on it last night, and it was very, very late. So, and this, I was just very tired today. I think I do have like a few ends to weave in, but it is done. So this is what it looks like. Now, this one doesn't close all the way, but I figured that I have been losing weight, and that's a whole different story. But I will be losing, I know I'm going to be losing more weight soon once I get put on a medication that I need. And so, like, I'm not worried about it, but this really is like more of like leave it open kind of deal, like, you know, for like the summertime or when you just want something and you don't really need it to close. However, I do have these. I don't know where they are. Hold on. I do have these. I found these, and I bought them a little while ago, but I didn't have anything to, like, use them for. And they're clips. I don't know if you could see them. And they just, like, clip on, but they're clips on the back. So, you clip it onto one side. And then you clip it onto the other side. I'll try and make it as even as possible right now. And I'm sure it's not even, but that's good for right now. And you know, like, I can do that and then just like unclip it and just have the little clips here. So I didn't put buttonholes in it because I wasn't planning on making it too close, you know. But this is what it looks like. And I did steam it. Not the sleeves because I just finished. But yesterday I did steam the body of it. And the hood, which came out so much better. It's not as stiff. Now is the first time I ever steamed anything. And I love this hood because it does come far out. And I can push it back if I want. But I can have my hair up and it'll still cover me. And I always have a problem with that with my hoods. But the sleeves came out great. They are a little bit big, but that's okay. It was the style that I was kind of going for. And let me go back a little bit so you can see how long it is. And that's what it looks like from the back. And I'm very proud of myself. I finished this one. I'm going to show you the next one, and then I am going to sit down. And this is the one I finished on Friday. And all the ends are woven in on this one. And this one I also did steam yesterday, and it is flowy. And I do also have clips on this one. These clips look like that. They're very pretty. I think I got like a pack of 4. And I can just clip it right there. Change it wherever I want. If I want to push it in more. If I want to take it out and just put it here and just have it like open. And I did, They're not too bad, but I did steam the sleeves, and I probably shouldn't have, because they did get a little bit bigger. I mean longer, but that's okay, because I don't mind long sleeves. But it did give me some length down here. And the reason why I wanted to steam this one particularly, because I've never done that before, was because if you remember, I wanted to do 80 rows on this. And I wasn't able to do that. I didn't have enough yarn. I had enough yarn to do the 70 rows. 1 second. Okay, so I didn't have enough yarn to do 80 rows, so I did 70. And it was coming a little short. That's why I put that border on it as wide as I did, which I really do like. But I figured that I would probably, try to steam it and see if I can get a little more length out of it. And I love it. It's perfect. It's more flowy. So I'm very proud of myself that I got both of those done. Now, I thought it was going to be a full 2 weeks challenge, but it wasn't. I think I have it written down. Let me get it. Okay, so I actually started the challenge on the 17th, which gave me what? I can't even get the right calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which only gave me 12 days. So, it wasn't a full 2-week challenge. But I was a little disappointed that all I got finished were 2 cardigans. Now, I will show you, I did do other things though. I will show you the squares that you saw, all the centers that are done. I think that, well, let me show you this first, and then I could take this out of the way. I got this much done on the panel for my sweater. That's all I was able to get done, which is a little disappointing, but we'll talk about that in another video. But that's how much I got done on that panel. Now, on the squares, I did have a little more progress. These are only centers, right? Yeah. Okay, so these 3 I did today. I put the white on these today, which I have to add white to 1 more. But, so these don't count for the challenge. But if you remember, we had the centers for all of them done. And I have a lot of progress on the squares. They're not finished, but I'll show you the ones. I have this one that's has 2 colors on it. And then I have this one that has 2 colors on it. Then this center has this one and this one. And then the red center got a pink, which I ran out of, and I think that's in somewhere. And then I did this one. I did this one. And this one is almost done. It's not quite there. It still needs 6. So it still needs 3 more rounds. But we have that one. And then that white, we got 1. And in this pink center, we got this one, and this one, and this one. So we did have progress on both projects, but sadly we did not get to finish them. Now what I'm thinking is, I'm not sure yet. I am going to do the challenge for St. Patty's Day, but it might not be as intense as this one was. I'm going to figure that out, but let me know how you think I did. Do you think that I did pretty good for 12 days? In 12 days, I completed 2 cardigans, one with a hood, and it was a bunch of squares. And then the other cardigan. And I started the the back panel on my sweater. Not much, but I started it. And all the centers of the squares are done. And there are quite a few that are, have good progress. But I'm still a little disappointed in myself that, I was only able to get 2 cardigans done in 12 days. I wish I would have gotten at least the sweater done as well. But that's okay. I am going to keep working on these projects. At least the squares. I want to see if I'm going to keep working on them today. It is kind of late. I just finished having dinner. So, I am going to work on the squares right now. And depending on how far I get on the squares, tomorrow I should be able to do that panel in one day and start the second one. But I'm going to see. I think that's what I might do. I'll think about it, and then when I start filming the next video, I'll let you know what I'm doing. But sorry. If let me know what you think, honestly. I think I failed miserably. It was, I wish I could have had, I did get a few other things done, I think, some lanyards and stuff like that. But I'm a little, disappointed. I'm proud of myself for getting those 2 cardigans completely finished because they were a lot of work. But I thought I would have been able to do at least one more project or at least finish the squares. But sadly enough, I didn't. That's where we're going to end this video here. 2 out of 4 projects done. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But the 2 that are finished are very pretty. And I'm very proud of myself. So, again, let me know if you think that, it was a complete fail, or, if I did pretty good. And would you like to see another video like this again? I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to be it for today, and I will see y'all in the next one. Good night, guys. Please don't forget, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Leave a comment or a little heart or something so that, I know you got here and you enjoyed the video. And, you can hit that bell to let you know when I'm on. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.